Hey everybody, it's Armin. Today is going to be a pretty quick video. Just want to show you guys how we're installing these aluminum valve covers on the NC Miatas and why you would do such a thing. So we've had a couple of instances of people coming in where their valve covers are a little bit warped. Getting an OEM one's kind of expensive. So the aluminum ones are significantly cheaper. They do require a little bit of modification in order to work. And they're usually kind of ugly when you get them. This one we've had ceramic coated. When we got this thing, it had a bunch of rough finish on the outside. I mean, we paid like 80 bucks for this thing. The inside had very rough casting spots, so I went through and I smoothed all those out. They were very rough spots, I'm guessing, like I said, casting marks. I smoothed all those out. We took out the plastic, we smoothed out under there. We tapped this hole. This is for use on the other Fords, not on our NC, of course. So we tapped this out, 3/8 NPT. We're gonna put a plug into that, shut it off. For PCV, we've tapped this out with a 7/8 14 for use with a 10AN to 10ORB. So that'll screw in here nicely and we'll have a nice size 10AN line coming off of here. But the reason we went with ceramic coating specifically on this one is because this is a Fab 9 GT turbo kit. Turbo sits right next to the valve cover. And we've put shielding on these things before, but what we found is that over time, it doesn't matter how much shielding you have, it's still going to end up cooking it just over the long period of things. I have two cars here that we've already done one of them, and I'm doing this one right now, but both of the cars had the same issue where the valve cover just started getting soft over time. So heat protection being one of our top priorities, aluminum valve cover, ceramic coating, you know, it makes sense. So a couple of details. Whenever you're working on these things, these little screws, they will break. Every single one of these we've done. These little guys have broken off in a couple of places. So you'll notice I only have, I think, 6 of them in here. It's plenty to hold it down, and good luck extracting them if you do break them. We didn't even bother, it's not gonna happen. So I put RTV on this and I stuck it back in here. I did have an issue on one of them that we did where the valve cover gasket space, the channel right here, was pinched inward. I guess it was either beat up in transit or just poorly formed. So I had to go back and use a chisel and a pry to open it up a bit so the gasket would fit. Other than that, there's really nothing else you need to do to these things. It will drop in otherwise. Some people I've seen have been selling these things with a welded port on top. You can do that as well. It comes with a really crappy like silver paint job on it, and again, it's very rough finish. So after I did all of that sanding and smoothing all those spots down, the ceramic coating made it look nice again. So I'd like to bring up a small detail. Right here, the gasket from Felpro, and right here also, they don't fit right because they make this section thicker to fit on the stock valve cover gasket, but this channel is actually uniformly sized for this aluminum one. So I had to trim this back just a little bit right around here and right around there. So that's gonna be a bit of an issue if you're using one of these gaskets. I actually don't know how the OEM gaskets fit. Probably similar, if not exactly the same. So you may have to trim for those as well. I personally don't trust the gaskets that come with this. It does come with gaskets though, so if you want to try those, feel free to. We will be using the bolts that came with it though, because they're a little bit different than the OEM ones, and I don't know if I have a set of OEM ones on deck. Okay, another thing that I just learned on this one is some of these VVT gasket holes are not big enough. There's no way for me to physically fit the VVT gasket into this. They are supposed to be a snug fit, but this is not a snug fit, it is a no fit. So I'm gonna have to open this up very carefully in order to get the VVT gasket. Okay, I just did some really dangerous work. I went in here with my grinder and I took down a layer all the way around this. And the way I was able to gauge a layer is I just took until it was evenly unpainted the whole way around. We still had some paint residue from before powder coating. So now we have enough room and it's gonna fit. I already tested it. The lip starts going in, so we're gonna go ahead and pop that on there. Valve cover's installed. I wanted to point out the kit came with 3 non-studded bolts, so I put those 1, 2, and then 3 back in this corner. Those are the most difficult positions to accommodate a studded bolt. So the rest of these are all studded. You could extract the stock ones out of the stock valve cover if you wanted, and then you could use those. I chose not to. See, our gasket came in nicely. Also, I noticed that this customer has an aftermarket oil cap, and it's floppy loose. It's kind of weird. We tested one off of an OEM one off of another car, and it's perfectly tight, so this was probably a problem beforehand. I got to take care of making a small AN line, run it back over to here and oversize this hole. But that's not part of this video. Just wanted to show the installation of this and how you can do it for yourself. Thanks for watching.